Start ba. Hi friends, very good evening, very good afternoon, and welcome to the great platform of Unacademy. My name is Dharmendra, and I'm a plus educator of sociology here. And I give my classes, I provide my classes to sociology optional students. And I feel a great honor to come in front of you guys and discuss one of the topic, one of the most popular and very productive topic of sociology, popularly known as conflictism. So before I will start the class, I would like to tell you that Unacademy is a great platform, and really, a few years back, no one has ever imagined that a day will come that someone is sitting in their village and in their small town, and they can think and prepare for the civil services. But it has been made a reality by two great person. The torchbearers of modern education, Roman Saneji and Gaurav Munjalji. And I feel really honored that sitting in Delhi in my studio, and I can guide students from the remotest part of this country. So this is a great revolution. I always call an academy a silent revolution. It's a revolution. It's changing the society gradually and slowly and without making any violence ups and downs. So now anybody can think of preparing civil services. Sociology, as you may be knowing, that it is one of the most popular subject in civil services because not only its syllabus is crisp, it do not requires any background, and most important thing is that the a great role of sociology is there in general studies, all the four papers in ethics also, paper first, paper second. Paper first, you have Indian society. Paper two, you have social justice. Paper three, land reforms, and fourth, ethics, and 250 marks that comes in your essay also. So overall contribution of sociology is around 1000 marks, and which is is a very all-rounder subject which do not requires any background. So friends, in this YouTube session, as again I am welcoming all of you, and those who have joined me right now and those who will be able to watch this video later, that conflictism is one of the most important perspective of sociology. Maybe you may not be very friendly with the word conflictism, but I am sure that you must be very familiar with the concept. Is a name called Karl Marx. Karl Marx ka naam to everybody must have heard. So basically, Karl Marx is a thinker who came up with concept of conflictism. Actually, many students in sociology, if they believes that Karl Marx is a basically inventor of conflictism, it's not true. Randall Collins, in his book Three Sociological Tradition, wrote that Marx was neither inventor and not nor propagator of conflictism. Basically, the way he presented conflictism in such a dramatic manner that it became very popular. He said he made it popular. Okay, that doesn't mean that he started conflictism. So, okay, guys, so let me start what exactly conflictism is. So, oftenly you may have heard a word, it is said in your family also, कि जहाँ भी चार लोग होते हैं वहाँ पे जहाँ चार बर्तन होते हैं बर्तन खड़खड़ाता है. It's a very popular proverb in North India especially. So basically when we say society, what is society? Society is all about relationships. I'm sure you must be have friendly that term we oftenly hear that sociology क्या है सब रिश्ते हैं, all is relationship. So when we talk about relationship consists of two things. First, cooperation, that we are interdependent, we help each other, you take a family. And conflict is that we oftenly fight for the same thing. Sometimes you fight कि नहीं आज गोभी नहीं बनेगी आलू बनेगी. Sometimes you argue, sometimes you discuss, sometimes you become violent, sometimes you get into the heated debate, and that is called conflict. So in any relation, there's two things you will find. One is cooperation, another is conflict. So there is a perspective in sociology called conflictism, which completely ignores the cooperation and interdependence, and it says that the base of all social relationship, I repeat, the base of all social relationship is based on conflict. Isn't it surprising that the base of all social relationship consists of conflict only? सारे रिलेशन में conflict है. How? So conflictism believes that in every social relationship, when we say every social relationship, it is mother father, father son, sister sister, brother brother, boyfriend girlfriend, husband wife. Everyone means everyone. So all the social relationship consists of conflict. And when we say conflict, so conflict consists two words. I hope I will be able to write this on my pen tab, that whenever we use the word conflict, it consists of two words. First, yes. So first is dominance. First is dominance. I hope you are able to see this. And second is exploitation. So they say those who are conflictists, they say that all the social relationship, in every social relationship, you name any social relationship, in all the social relationship, one person want to dominate over other, and why he want to dominate? To exploit the person. So if you are a beginner in sociology, I would like to tell you that whenever a word conflictism comes in your mind, the two words should come in your mind. First is dominance, you can see that, and second is exploitation. जितने भी social relation होते हैं, whatever name it is husband, wife, father, son, brother, brother, student, teacher, shopkeeper, and buyer, any relationship. In every relationship, two words are prominently part of conflictism, and that is one is dominance. Okay, one person want to dominate over other, and why he want to dominate? Why someone want to dominate? Because he can exploit the person. So any relationship, if you want to understand sociology, you need to keep these two words in mind, that in every relationship, I'm sure it is surprising because oftenly in my regular classes, people ask कि सर बॉयफ्रेंड गर्लफ्रेंड में कैसे डोमिनेंस और एक्सप्लॉइटेशन होगा. सो मैंने कहा भाई उससे जाके पूछो जिसकी कटी होती है, ठीक है ना, या तो बॉय का गर्ल काट दे रही है या गर्ल बॉय का काट दे रही है. वाई? एंड देखना एट द एंड ऑफ द ब्रेकअप, one will certainly claim that he has been exploited in the relationship. You take any relationship. Similarly, in every relationship, one is dominating to exploit the another person. So the base of all relationship is dominance and exploitation. This is what conflictist believes. Okay, one is dominating to exploit the person, another want to get out of it, and that is why if you want to understand any social relationship, dominance and exploitation should be the fundamental of understanding any social relationship. So guys, I'm sure that you must be able to connect with your life also. आपको पर भी कोई dominate किया होगा, exploit किया होगा, so you can easily make it out कि हाँ हाँ it happens. Though in some relationship like mother and son and all, you will not be able to connect it, but according to conflictism, in that also it is there. So that I will come into the criticism part. Now question starts कि though this perspective has been popularized by Karl Marx, but before Karl Marx there are many thinkers we have in sociology who propagated this concept. So in which one person comes, and that is the conflictism. You can begin with Oppenheim. Oppenheim, you can write this name if you're not in a plus class. Oppenheim is a thinker, you can say, that who started conflictism, looking at social relationship from that dominance and exploitation point of view. So Oppenheim is a thinker who said सबसे पहले Oppenheim said that in every social system there are two types of people, one who is powerful and another who do not have a power, you can say powerless, who do not have power. So those who are powerful, they always try to rule over those who are not that much powerful. हर ताकतवर बंदा अपने से कम ताकतवर पर रूल करता है, वो अपने से कम पर करता है, वो अपने से पे कम पर. फादर इज dominating on all the brothers, elder brother is dominating on the all the brothers, middle one is dominating on younger brother. So this is what the society is, in which the powerful dominates and rules over the less powerful people. This is what, so they have always a struggle between each other. So those who are powerful, they rules. Those who are less powerful, they try to become powerful so that they can come out of the rule and they can rule others. You look at the animals, you look at the human being. This is what the society is, according to Oppenheim. I hope, guys, this is quite convincing also, and like guys like me, who is youngest in his family, they can relate it very easily. मैं तो घर में सबसे छोटा हूँ, so I can easily relate कि how like the elders dominate on us, and वो हम लोग से चाय मंगाते हैं, पानी मंगाते हैं, all kind of the menial jobs in the family, sabji lao, and all kind of things we have done in our life. But after Oppenheim, then another thinker came. His name is Khaldun. Khaldun. Khaldun is another thinker. Let me erase this. I don't know how to get erase. How can I erase this? I guess. Oh, yes, this is the way. Let me erase this. Yes, so that I can write many more things. I'm not very friendly with these technologies. Now technology is going far, far ahead than our habits and mental level. So thankfully, I got the chance to erase this. I don't know now what to do, how to make it right now. Can I write? Oh God, अब कैसे होगा? I don't know how to write now. I got it. Yeah. So basically, so Khaldun is another thinker. Khaldun, Khaldum. Khaldun said that conflict is essential for the development and change of the society. He said that without conflict, society will become static. Khaldun said that society is dynamic because of conflict, otherwise it will become static. So why the world changes and develops? Because of the conflict. So without conflict, a society cannot change from one stage to another. It will remain static. So it is the conflict which brings development and dynamics in the society. This is what Khaldun has said. Then there's a very famous thinker you all have heard. His name is Aristotle. Aristotle is another thinker who is saying is that conflict is essential for the society. Why he said? He said that in every social system, be it you take your family, in every social system we have different ideas, we have different priorities, we have different values, we have different thoughts. So in every society there are hundreds of thoughts, ideas, priority. So is it possible to remain peaceful? Because every individuals, their ideas, their values, their priorities, everything are different than each other, which leads to conflict. In every society we have different ideas, we have different soch, we have different priorities, we have different values, so obviously conflict will take place. And because of these differences of opinion, ideas, conflict takes place, and that is why the world changes. The world changes because of the conflict, he said, because it is not possible to remain peaceful in any society because we carry different ideas, priorities, and also obviously the fight will happen. फिर तो लड़ाई होगी ना, जब when our thought is different, our priority is different, our values are different, our right and wrongs are different, and it is not possible for any society that all our values and system, do's and don'ts, right and wrong will be the same. So according to him, this is the reason why conflict takes place in the society, and that is why society changes. This is what Aristotle is saying. Then came next thinker is Thomas Hobbes, is one of my favorite. Thomas Hobbes. Thomas Hobbes says that man by nature is highly selfish and cruel. He said the man's basic nature is selfish and cruel. Whatever beautiful system you makes, if their needs, if their selfish goals are not fulfilled, they believe that system is not good for them and they become active to change it. I repeat, let me erase this. Oh, yeah. How to erase? I don't know. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Where's the pen? Okay. Let it come. So Thomas Hobbes says that man by nature is selfish and their by nature is cruel. So if you make a beautiful system, whatever system you make, if their selfishness is not fulfilled, उसके स्वार्थ को अगर वो fulfill नहीं होता है, they start creating trouble in the system, and that is why the world changes from one order to other, because selfish people always try to ensure to make a system which suits them. So because sometimes the system do not suit, they get active, they start creating nonsense, they go for revolution, they go for movement, they plot conspiracy, and that is why the world changes from one order to another. This is what Thomas Hobbes is saying. Herbert Spencer is another thinker. Herbert Spencer, I hope those who have sociology may have heard this name. He is a British anthropologist later converted into sociology. Herbert Spencer applied Darwin's principle of survival of the fittest. I hope you all have heard this word Darwin, Charles Darwin. So Darwin says, let me erase this, just a minute. So basically, he applied uh, Darwin's principle of survival of the fittest. I guess it is a very popular survival of the fittest concept. Everybody is aware of it. So what Charles Darwin said? Charles Darwin said that survival of the fittest is a concept in which for food and reproduction, every species are fighting with each other. They are struggling, they are fighting with each other to get food and they are competing with each other and for reproduction to take their generation one stage to another. For that they are fighting in which that those who are the fittest they emerge as winner and remaining get lost. This is what the survival of the fittest is. Same theory he is applying on the society also. You take UPSC. What is UPSC? Everybody is competing with each other to get qualified. Some of them will qualify this exam, remaining will get lost. So he said conflict is the part of social life in which survival of the fittest stands. Those who are fittest, they will stand, and those who are not the fittest, they will not survive, according to Herbert Spencer. So basically, guys, before Karl Marx, though they have very hundreds of thinkers, they belongs to conflictist tradition, but some of the prominent name I have taken, I repeat once again. Openheim said, it is those who are powerful, they rules on the powerless, and that is why conflict occurs. Then Khaldun said, conflictism brings dynamism and change in the society. Then came Aristotle. He said okay, because we have a different ideas, we have different values, different right and wrongs, different do's and don'ts. That's why we fight with each other, which leads to change in the society. Then came Thomas Hobbes. He said the man by nature is selfish and cruel. They bring changes because their needs are not getting fulfilled. उनको लगता है कि इस system में where is my place, and that is why they bring changes in the society. Then Herbert Spencer he applied the theory of survival of the fittest. Please, if you are not a regular student, try to note down all these things, because if you write mains or if you go for an interview or if you are writing Bihar PCS, if you are writing UPSC, if you are writing UPSC. So everywhere this perspective comes. So you should have a very good understanding of conflictism. After that, then came Karl Marx. Karl Marx is considered as the torch bearer or flag bearer of conflictism. The way he presented conflictism, as I said, the conflictism started with Oppenheim, but the way he presented that makes all the difference. So let me erase this so that I can tell you guys in a more detail. So let me erase so that I can write something. Yes. So Karl Marx is a thinker. Karl Marx, as I said in the beginning, Karl Marx, the way he presented conflictism in such a dramatic manner, which led to the popularity of this perspective called conflictism. Though most of you may be knowing that Karl Marx is not a sociologist, he was basically a revolutionary who wanted to bring revolution. Karl Marx said that in every society there are two classes. There are two classes. One is called haves, and another is have nots. One is haves. Why he called haves? Oftenly people understand it is as a rich or poor or exploiter and exploited, but basically what Marx used the word called haves are those who have the capital, economic resources. They control the economic resources, as well as they control the superstructure. He used a word called superstructure. That means all the relations and institutions also. Relations and institutions. So oftenly you may have heard a word people use in WhatsApp and memes and all कि अंबानी ही अडानी देश चला रहा है, अंबानी और अडानी देश चला रहा है. That means the person who controls the capital, they controls everything of the society, and that is why they are the haves. The rich people, not only they have money, but they control everything of the society. They control politics, they control education, they control culture, they control sports, they control religion, they control everything. And those who are have nots are those neither they control capital nor control the relationship. You apply this at your home. If your father is a haves because he earns, so he control that which god will be worshipped, which game you will play, where you will marry. He controls family, he controls religion, he controls politics, which party we will vote. Everything is being decided by our father. And we are the have-nots. Those who are not yet in the job, they must be feeling what have-nots is. Have-nots, no money, no control over other things also. Those who are haves, in the different ages of the life, they are known as different names, because in the ancient society haves were known as masters, in feudalistic society they were known as landlords, and in modern industrial society they are known as bourgeois is a German word which stands for capitalist, those who owns industries. And in different ages, those who are have nots, they are known as slaves, serfs, and today they are known as proletariats, or you can say industrial workers. So in every society, those who are haves, they exploit the have-nots. Haves always exploits the have-nots, whereas have-nots always try to get out of this exploitation. I repeat, haves in every stage, be it the masters, landlords, or industrial capitalists, they always try to exploit the have-nots. Whereas have-nots always want to get out of the relationship, they don't want to get exploited. So the basic relation between the haves and have-nots remain of the conflict. But Marx said कि a revolution will come that will change everything. That we call a theory of class and class conflict. But I don't want to get into the intricacies of it, because those who are beginner, you may be feeling in a YouTube classes, or in like promotional classes, I don't use those words, because I don't want to get into. I want you to make understand the concept. So basically, what he's saying that even though in the past have-nots were exploited, but they were not capable of bringing social revolution. They were not able to fight collectively against the haves, because they were not powerful, they were not organized, they were not united. So if I use the Marxist word, he will say the Marxist word, if I use the Marxist word, it is called they were class in itself. Those who have background of sociology, I hope they were getting this word. So when we use a word called class in itself, that means a class which was not united, which was not uh, organized, they were not conscious of their rights, they were not conscious of their power. This is what called as class in itself. So Marx said that though in the past also the haves have exploited the have-nots, they have a relationship of hatred towards each other, but revolution was not possible because the have-nots were not organized and they were not united. But let me erase this. But the things will change in industrial capitalist society. I hope everybody must have heard this कि revolution आएगा, क्रांति आ जाएगी. All कैसे होगा? Okay, so it's enough now. So basically what he's saying is that in modern industrial capitalist society, the things will not be the same. He said in the factory system, when there is a like hundreds and thousands of workers are working together, hundreds of thousands of workers are working together. When hundreds and thousands are working together and few people called industrialists, they are exploiting them. So if they are exploiting them, one day there will be a chance that these hundred and thousands of the people will realize that we have a big numbers. We have a big number, though the government, though the state, though the police, the judiciary, everything is controlled by this haves or capitalists. But what they will do if the thousands and hundreds of the people will come on the road with all the sticks and the guns and everything, and if they will come on the road, these people will not be able to control them. So let's get united and overthrow and this abolish this capitalism. So Marx said that though in the past haves have exploited the have-nots, have-nots were not able to change the system, but in industrial capitalist society, the hundreds and thousands of the industrial workers, one day they will realize the strength of their numbers. They will all come on the road and they will destroy all the capitalist institutions and their supporters. And then after once they will win in this conflict, what will happen? Socialism. I hope you may have heard this word socialism and communism. This is a very popular word. We have a you have a Samajwadi party also. So in Hindi it is called Samajwad, and in English it is called socialism. So first comes socialism. What is socialism? Socialism is, let me erase this. Just wait. Let me erase. How? Page. Okay, yeah. That's a better idea. Yeah. Okay. So he said that how this will take place. He said that once the proletariats or the have-nots will emerge winner, as I said, and the capitalism will lose, capitalist and its forces will lose the. So some of them, some few people among the have-nots will become the ruler. They will become the ruler and they will set the system. So whenever a word socialism comes in your mind, let me use a word. Let me take a page. Whenever a word socialism comes in mind, socialism, the two words should come in your mind. Socialism. First, in socialism, there will be state. State will be there, but state will be ruled by the poors. That is called dictatorship of the proletariats. There will be a state. एक state होगा, but unlike past, the state will not be ruled by the capitalists. But there will be no private property. No private property. So whenever a word socialism comes in your mind, two words should come into mind. One, state will be there, but there will be no private property. But the state will be ruled by the poor people, a group of poor people, like we have China, we have North Korea, they claims. And once those poor rulers, they will establish a system, they will get down from their post, and then they will become a common man. And once they will become a common man, so there will be no private property and there will be no ruler. Once there will be no state and no private property, this condition is called as communism. So please guys, it is very, technically many people get confused with socialism and communism. So in socialism, there will be state will be there, but no private property. That is called socialism. Whereas in communism, there will be no state and no private property. So Marx predicted that a time will come when the poor people will bring a revolution, a violent revolution. They will destroy the capitalism. And finally, for a time being, there will be a socialism. He called as a period of transition. That is called socialism, in which dictatorship of the proletariat. Poor people will have a dictatorship for few years. And once they will set up the system, then they will get out of their post, and then there will be no state, no private property, no government. Everybody will belong to everything. Everything will belong to everybody, and then there will be a state where everybody will have equal rights. Everything is no rich, no poor, all will be equal. That is called communism, according to Marx. This is what the crux of conflictism is. After Karl Marx, many other thinkers came in sociology, like you have Dahrendorf and many other C.W. Mills and all. So Ralph Dahrendorf, after Karl Marx came, and he wrote a book called Class Conflict in Industrial Society. Class Conflict. Please write the name of the very famous book, Class Conflict in Industrial Society. He wrote a book and he partially agreed with Karl Marx. He said that it is true that the relationship between the capitalist and the poor are not the same. It is based on the class of interest. But he said, I do not see the possibility of revolution. I don't see the possibility. He said, what I am seeing is that working class, instead of polarization, they are getting depolarized. What he saw is that the peons have their own union, and the clerks have their own union, and the supervisors have their own union, and managers have their own union, and clerks have their own union. He said that I don't see the possibility of polarization. He saw depolarization of the working class, that everybody is making their own union, they are fighting themselves. So he said the relation is though based on inequality is there, conflict will be there, but I don't see the possibility of polarization of the working class, Dahrendorf said. And then he proposed the axial principle, which I don't want to get into. It will be a little complicated one. Then came next is Max Weber. Max Weber partially agrees with Karl Marx, and he also partially disagrees. He said, I really believe that the relationship between the capitalist and the working class is based on conflict. Owner want to pay them less and want to take more work. Working class, they want to work less and they want more salary. So the relationship is based on conflict. But he said, I don't see the possibility of any revolution. He said because of the arbitration, collective bargaining, trade unionism, and all, they will sit on the chair, they will resolve their problem. Then again, after some time, the problem will come. वो अपनी problem को solve कर लेंगे हड़ताल वड़ताल करके. Then again, they will go to the strike, और ऐसे ही चलता रहेगा. He said that the conflict will keep on going, but I don't see the possibility of revolution. This is what Max Weber is saying. Then Dahrendorf came. He said, I also do not see the possibility of polarization of the working class. C.W. Mills also agrees that, oh, yes, in every society, he studied the power structure of America, and he believed that those who are elites, they rules, and those who are not elites, they get exploited. So more or less, guys, everybody, like those who belong to conflictist tradition, they agrees that the relationship between that those who are haves and those who are the have-nots is based on conflict. But some believes that the revolution will come, some believes it will not come, some will say. Then one thinker is very important, is called Levi. I want to explain him. His very important Levi. Levi is one of the thinker who said he believes that conflict is good for the society. This is one line is very popular. Conflict is good. एक ऐड आता है ना, दाग अच्छे हैं. So most of them, they believe that the conflict occurs in the society because of exploitation or the bad reason. Levi Scozer is a conflictist functionist who believes that conflict is good for the society, because whenever conflict occurs, it leads to argument, it leads to solution. So according to him, because of conflict, solution comes in the society. So conflict is good for the society. Let's say we have a trade union, and then the owner, they go for the strike, then they comes on the table, then they listens each other's problem, then they comes up with solution ki nahi aise nahi, and finally they come up with a solution. So whenever you have an argument, we have a fighting, you come up with a solution. So conflict is good for the society, it is not a negative thing. That is what Levi Scozer is saying. Up now you come to the critics of conflictism. The critics, they believe that the conflictism has many problems. First is that they believe that dominance and exploitation is the reason behind all the social relationship. Many of them do not agree. Many of them do not agree. Everybody says that the society consists of cooperation and conflict. As I said, cooperation and conflict. So why you are only emphasizing on conflict? Or why only you are emphasizing on dominance and exploitation? What about cooperation? What about interdependence? What about love? What about affection? What about philanthropy? What about help? So their all relation is just based on exploitation and dominance. Those who are called functionalists, I will, in the coming classes, I will come up with the functionalism also. So those who are functionalists, they do not agree with conflictism. They says ki love, interdependence, empathy, sympathy, philanthropy, help, these are very much integral part of the social life, and without this, social life cannot stand. So you are completely ignoring this aspect of the social life, which is it is a partial identification and explanation of the social relationship. So without cooperation, love, interdependence, a social life, a society cannot stand, which was completely ignored by conflictists. Conflictists only see one side of the coin. Okay, when there are two brothers, they fight with each other, but then they then look at the sacrifice they make for each other. Look at the parents scold us also, but then they go to any extent to help us also. They give us money, they give us everything. So only identifying dominance and exploitation is the reason behind all the relationship is not acceptable according to functionalists. This is that interdependence, love, and all things are very much integral part of social life. This is what they are saying. So basically, this is guy. They are like, as I said, conflictism is a perspective which only emphasizes on dominance and exploitation, and it started with the open hymn, then ended up, not ended up, it never ends, a perspective never ends. Then after Levy goes, or some other will come and they will come up with the new views, but they always believe that conflict, there is always, whether it's a conflict of interest or it's a conflict of ego or there's a conflict of ideas, there's a conflict of values, there's conflict of do's and don'ts, right and wrong, but there is always a conflict in the society. The social life is based on conflict. Whereas functionalist completely disagrees with them. This is that conflict is there, but most prominent things in the society is cooperation, interdependence, and love. So this is what, guys, I try to explain you in a crux, like lucid manner, what exactly conflictism is. It is one of the most important perspective of sociology, is the macro perspective, and I'm sure it will benefit you to understand. So if you understand my language the way I'm explaining you, I invite you to the great platform of Unacademy. You can join my sociology optional classes, which is available in both of the medium, Hindi medium also and English medium also. English medium batch starts with 8:30 morning, every morning 8:30, and Hindi medium starts with 11 a.m. So if you wish to join, I'm inviting you to join the great platform, and I assure you that the syllabus of sociology is very sharp, very crisp, and you do not require any background for sociology. Most of the students, those who is scoring very good in sociology, they do not have any background. Syllabus is very sharp and very crisp. It is great help in your GS as well as your optional subject, as well as your essay, interview, social issues. So it is a very multifaceted subject, and because man is a social being, so you do not need any background for this subject. So I'm sure, guys, if you take this subject, it will help you to qualify and realize your dream. And Unacademy is a platform where my services are exclusively available on. In 2022, it is available on Unacademy. So you don't need to come to Delhi and take a room and live in an unfriendly, polluted environment. Wherever you are, you can be among your friends, relatives, and family, and from there you can realize your dreams. So I again invite you to join the plus class. My code is DSO21. DSO21 is my code on Unacademy, and those who wish to join this class, you are most welcome. And I'm sure the way you understood conflictism, in the coming days I will come up with a new topic which will be helpful in your UPSC as well as your BPSC, UPPCS, and other provincial exams. So thank you so much for watching me, guys, and see you very soon with the new classes. So thank you, goodbye, and good day. Thank you so much. Thank you.